What's up, yo? Back at you again. Two things to get into the shadow world. Two things. Yeah. Coming at y'all from a different gym. My main gym had a water issue again, so I had to go to my complicated relationship gym. So, anyway, check it out. Right? I did my thing the other day on the tip of the shadow world. Right? The tip of the shadow world. And see, sometimes when I do those videos, I kind of hate because then you get a bunch of people hitting me up talking about, hey, how can I get in? What can I do to get in? Yeah, acting like it's like Club Med or something, or, some type of like fitness club or something. Oh, yeah, you can just show up. No, first, I hate to have to be the one to tell you, but we need to be honest out here. Most of y'all won't get in. It is what it is. Oh, virtually every woman to get in, but most men won't get in. You gotta be the select of the select. Like, you can be a generally select dude and still not get into the underworld. Hell, you can even be a Mr. Goodbar, and depending on where you at and how you roll, won't get into the underworld. Nah. You need two things, though. Two primary things to get in there. The first one, you need to physically rate as an 8 in the body with a woman. Notice I said in the body, physically an 8. You need to be, as Cousin T-Tall would call them, his terms, alpha showpiece, or at least an ugly, sexy player. All right? The face ain't that important. The face is not that important. In fact, now I ain't gonna share this particular flyer. One of my followers sent me on Instagram, but it was for an underworld type party. Like, to get in, it was called an ass naked party. And to get in, you just needed to be butt naked with a mask. So you didn't even need to look good, but your body needs to look good. To get into that aspect of the shadow world, you need a good looking body. And you need to look good naked. And quite frankly, you gotta have a little bit more than an average size joint on you. Yeah, so for anybody who wants to get in there, this is what you do. Go find a mirror in your house, maybe a full-length one if you got one. Strip down naked and look at yourself and do an honest appraisal, as the God C. Boogie would call it. Do an honest appraisal and ask yourself, would you pay for that? Because that's another thing. A general idea is, if you can look at your body, or somebody can look at your body, be willing to pay for it. Real talk. It's not, and that's like the first thing. Understand, the shadow world is about where a woman can get her lust off. Now, for a man to understand that, understand this. Say the positions were reversed. We created the shadow world. Y'all ain't gonna have some average looking woman with a sweet disposition up in that joint, alright? Nope. Or just a woman with just a pretty face and maybe overweight or underweight. No. Shit, you gonna want some thick ass women, one of those porn star looking women, bodied women and stuff. Well, that's how the women are with who they want in. So that's the first thing. Look in the mirror. Check out your body. And, don't hit me up saying, well, will this body get me in? You better ask a woman. Because one thing, women want it differently. But if you want a general idea, look up gigolos on Google. Google's your friend. Look up male exotic dancers right here on YouTube. If your shit can't fit in with them, you probably ain't going to be in that part of the underworld. Now, if you got a decent body, you still can be select. But see, most of the select operate more in the surface world, in the social world. So it's just as important you can like most of the select, it's just as important that you can operate, in public. But for the shadow world, that section of it, that population of the select, and like I said, it's like circles within a circle. Nah, your ass better be in an 8 or something. Cause I'm gonna be real talk right now. Right now, I wouldn't make it. Right now, I had to drop like about 30 pounds. But I'm good with it. It's a fucked up place, so I'm good with it. But I'm just saying though. Now I still get some play and everything, but you know, you basically think in terms. Go check out Cousin T-Tar's channel. Look up his videos on alpha showpieces and ugly sexy plays. That's how you need to be rolling. And that's just one aspect of it. That's just the physical aspect. That's to even get a look. That's just to get a look. That still by itself doesn't get you in. That gets you the interview. That gets you the look. That gets you on the office fuck file, as Cousin T-Tar would say. You know? In fact, if you want to have an idea about the shadow world, you really need to sub his channel. Because right now, he's the only one that's like totally giving y'all the best clues about it. Even then, he don't say everything public. But, you know, you got it. That just gets you on there. The second part, and this is a very important rule, very important. You know, this is why, you know, every now and then I get somebody be like hitting me up about some receipts or something. And this is why I'm like, I just look at it and really lose respect for the person asking. And this word was on that flyer I just told y'all about. Discreet. Look, the reason it's a shadow world, you don't go announcing the shit. In fact, I was surprised there was even a flyer announcing something, but, you know, some people get bold with shit. You got to be discreet. Because understand something, the women who dip into the shadow world, these ain't like ratchets and hood rats. These are professionals. These are the wear the 92 octanes. Shout out BGS, go to get theirs. I mentioned that before. And I keep trying to tell some dudes. They see some dudes think all these women out here like these Instagram women showing all this shit, man. That's only a small percentage of itself. Shit, you talking women, they in the church, they in something, they got something. Even if they single, they don't want the world to know how they get down. So one thing they'll do is they'll sit back and kind of watch it do. They'll check them out. They'll probably be excited, but they'll keep it cool. And they'll pay attention to them. Like you get some dudes, they want to like, you know, they grind a woman good. They ready to put that shit all on social media, announce it to the world, walking around. That won't do for a woman in the shadow world. Maybe some dumb woman who don't care or, you know, naive or something. And even then, a lot of dudes lose out because, you know, they too loud about what they doing. A lot of dudes lose out. A woman might be looking at them and checking them out, ready to do whatever, slip them some subtle clues, but then she say, nah, he telling on stuff. In fact, there was a term when I was working at this one gym. They used to call him a Monica Lewinsky. And y'all know, for y'all younger people, you know, Monica told everything. It's like, that's like snitching and stuff. So they looking for somebody who's going to be discreet. You got to be that type who can just be quiet, who can just, you know, do your thing. Like I said in the last video I did on this, you see her in public, you know, not to act like you know her, or to walk on by, or to be cool. It got to be one of those situations if two people saw you together, like even somebody who's astute at reading body language, they couldn't tell anything. And see, I see a lot of dudes got a problem with that discreet thing because, you know, and even trying to get into somebody's private business, man, that tells them like, okay, nah, this motherfucker kind of knows it. Because then they going to wonder. See, that's one thing. If somebody trying to be in there, you can't be walking around trying to say, well, you know, I've been lifting and I'll be discreet. That woman immediately is going to be like, what you talking about? Even if she got an idea, and women know. But she going to be like, nah, this dude will tell everybody. You know? And especially if you're in a situation like an office or some social situation, she want to know. She don't, And a lot of times, it could even be a situation where publicly she might talk trash about you and say, nah, I'll never get with him. I'll never do anything with him. Like that to one person, then come back and you got something else going on. Nah, those two things though, if you serious don't come asking me shit. Y'all need to get in the gym, get a trainer to make your body look good naked. Shit. And just the party aspect, that's just one aspect. That's just one aspect that you can talk about, but there's plenty of angles to it. Because when a woman's dealing with you, remember, it's pure lust. It don't got nothing to do with how much money you make, with your social standing, how high value you are. That's why you can get some dude. That dude can be homeless but packing. And a woman will say, look, she'll take him to a motel somewhere. She might not even give him. She might not give him her name if she just want one thing. Because he gonna make it hard as hell. So some women, especially some of those 92 Octane, those professional ones, they might mess with somebody and give him a totally different story or something. Just not to blow up their spot. So those two things. So just so y'all clear, your body needs to look like an 8. Go ask the women around you who's gonna be honest with you. Your body needs to be at least an 8. I'm saying a minimum. It's a pure physicality thing. And 2, you gotta give her the impression you ain't gonna go and run tell people or be texting and shit. Damn, yeah, I hit this fine ass woman. Or taking pictures and shit. Some motherfuckers want to take pictures. Don't be trying to impress another man in that shit, man. In fact, that's why the biggest players, man, they'll tell somebody like me, because they know I understand where they're coming from, but you'll never know. They be the quietest person in the room. About 4 or 5 women checking them out. So if y'all want to roll that way, you got work to do. So work on that body, and then just don't be that guy who's gonna be dry snitching or being obvious. Or it can be cool when you see that woman that you tore up walking around, with her preacher husband or politician husband or something. You could just sit there and be like. So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.